Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Media Ball Podcast, the show about anything and everything media related. Ed here with my fellow co-hosts, my lovely wife Jen, Mr. Matt, and Lady Hyperfocus Layne. No Omar today, but for this episode, end of the month one, so we get to talk whatever we want. Well, within
It's a
reason, anyway.
freelance.
Within reason, anyways. So this is
Yeah.
basically just us on a rant. We'll either do some like light recommendations, talk about some things that piqued our interest this week or this month, and just all around combos.
I'll
So
just take you down a really dark rabbit hole.
yeah, we're gonna go out our limit. We're gonna go out our limits on this. It's gonna get dark. Things are gonna things are gonna get revealed that should not be. All right. So with that being said, what's who wants to go first? Who wants to kind of like get
You know what?
some confession off their chest?
Well, I'll go first on this. I have a question. My question. This is something I've been thinking about a lot, and I'm just curious. Who do you think has a stronger moral compass, Superman or Captain America?
Um,
Like, because if you think about it, like, in my opinion, it's kind of hard to determine who really has a stronger moral compass, based on like always doing what's right and being selfless and putting others before themselves and all that other stuff.
well, I mean, if you go from a
I think
very
Superman.
yeah,
Superman.
I
Superman,
would I would
just
Captain
agree.
super.
America, if he wasn't a soldier, he wouldn't give two shits, you know? He wouldn't
Yeah,
even be there.
I would
Well,
agree and
His
disagree.
job. Well, then they souped him up and then they got all the superpowers. And they really, But like, if he wasn't a soldier and that wasn't like his main job and he wasn't there for that, then, he wouldn't be there at all.
We're talking about
but
any universe or any
No, just like, I feel like Superman just has a stronger moral compass because it wasn't his job to have a stronger moral compass. It just is natural. Whereas Captain America, before he became Captain America, he was just a little scrawny soldier boy.
hmm
yeah, but
But does that have to
he's
do with how he was raised though?
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
because like
Well, I don't know how Captain America was raised. I don't know anything about that guy.
he always believed in doing the right thing no matter what. Even when he was a
That's
small,
what I learned. The
scrawny,
Boy Scout. Yeah.
yeah, like even when he's a small, scrawny person, he would stand up to the bully. He would get his ass kicked, and Bucky would come and bail him out. But he would always stand up to the bully, no matter what. And
hmm
so that's why I'm asked. Like, and then he got the superpowers, and then became, Captain America, and then he was able to actually do something. So it's not the formula that made Captain America. Captain America was already there. It's just now he had the opportunity to do something about it.
Well, he was stronger for sure.
Yeah, stronger, faster, calculate faster.
Mhm. But who would be more of the Boy Scout?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out. Because, like, I mean, way Clark Kent was raised, he could have gone either way, but he ended up with a great family that
hmm
taught him good values and it gave him a strong moral code.
hmm
But if he was adopted by some assholes,
I know, but if his nature was to be good,
yeah,
then it does wouldn't matter who raised him, no?
that's a good point. I mean, we can revisit. Ed seems really stuck on this question.
No, I got an answer for it, but I mean it's pretty ambiguous simply because as crazy as it sounds.
Without your bias, because I know you're a huge
Oh
Superman
no,
fan,
no.
Ed.
This is without any bias. As crazy as it sounds, they're both pretty crappy people in certain aspect of their entirety of their comic books. They've both committed some pretty bad atrocities if you dive deep into their lore.
Mm-hmm.
They've both turned to the dark side, not just because they were brainwashed. At some point, it was through their own rage or fruition because they were triggered by something. For
Mm-hmm.
instance,
Free.
for instance, um, Captain America at one point resounds his U.S. citizenships and becomes Hydra. Superman goes rogue because Joker pissed him off enough.
Well, Lois Lane was the main
Yeah.
person.
So as far as moral compass goes, I mean, they have one to a certain extent, and they're about the same.
Mhm.
But they're both capable of some pretty messed up. The only problem is that only one of them is capable of destroying the entire universe, and that'd be Superman.
Yep.
So with that being said,
Right.
I kind of got to give it to Captain America simply because he's not really capable of doing the things that Soup can do
Mhm.
if he were to be pushed beyond that point. And
Mm.
even Batman once said it that Superman is probably more human than anybody he knows because he is a living god, yet he chooses to live the life of a mortal.
Yep. That's why Batman has contingency plans in place.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm sorry, but
many
even
could
the
just
best laid contingency plan, if Superman really wanted to, he could just fly to the core of the Earth,
yeah,
fuck with it, and kill
yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
No
There's like
contingency is gonna save you.
even Bats has gone on record to say like if Superman were to ever lose his humanity, the world is screwed. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing anybody can do.
Big time, yeah.
But
Like,
what Batman's contingency plan relies on is that bit of humanity is that's
Mhm.
still in Superman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is to exploit that.
Well,
But
if you were
and
to
there's
appeal to it, I guess.
and there is actually one good comic book that kind of depicts that, and it's in Hush.
mhm.
Poison Ivy has brainwashed Superman with her plant. She laced it with
Right.
kryptonite, so she was able to get control of him. And even though he's under her mind control, he still refuses to kill. And there's even one panel in the comic book where Ivy's telling him like, "I want you to kill him," and then even Superman saying like, "I can't. I'm not going to. I will bring him to you, but I will not kill him." And Batman uses that to his advantage, and he has Catwoman throw Lois off a building so
Yeah.
he can catch her. And then with him being distracted, he pounces on him and knocks him out with a couple of brass knuckles made out of kryptonite. But yeah, but as far as moral compasses, like they're both about the same. They're both good men at heart. They both do the right thing, but if pushed too far, they will mess things up. They
Yeah.
will mess people up.
Right.
It's like Superman's the only one that you would be terrified if he goes full rogue.
Yes. That would be the bigger one.
Yeah.
The bigger impact.
Now, this brings me to my other question, which Ed might be able to answer probably the best, considering your love of Superman. But I was thinking, like, okay, so with Darkseid, the version, like when we see him, that's his avatar because he's like a fifth
Yeah.
or fourth. He's like a fifth or fourth dimensional being. He has his own
Yeah.
domain, and
He doesn't exist in this plane technically.
yes. So this, like, that avatar that we see, did he start off that way, or has he always just been that powerful?
No, in the
And then,
comic books, he gained power.
okay,
Like
so
he's never been that powerful, but he gained that power.
he gained that power.
I forget through what means, but he's gained that power.
Okay, so that fifth dimensional being that lives on the outside of the universe,
Yeah.
he gains that power, and then he just continues to use an avatar.
Exactly. Yeah, because I mean, it's the same thing it's the same story as Thanos. He wants to impress Death. This one he just wants to like destroy everything.
Yeah.
So he's crazy, basically.
Mm.
But as far as his power goes, he acquired power, which is what makes him that much more menacing because he will do whatever it takes to accomplish his goal. Like whether it's brainwashing Superman, attacking Earth, even though his High Father has forbidden it, or even using exploits like the anti-life equation or looking for the anti-life equation. Yeah, Darkseid is just like crazy.
Well, wasn't his
he's a bit of a mad king.
Yeah, but wasn't his creation because Kirby created him, and there's a specific reason why. It was to mirror something that was happening during the time, and like Darkseid was like the embodiment, like of like all the evil corporations and shit like that.
Well,
Like
if
during
you look at his stature and the way he carries himself, is very what's the word? Business tycoon, evil
yeah,
business tycoon. Like he has like a nice, like form-fitting outfit. It's not flashy. It's not showy. He doesn't really.
Sleeping.
Yeah, he doesn't really yell or get mad or get frustrated. He's always very calm and debonair, and
Does he think
he's
like logically?
yeah, and he's always just like talking down to everyone. Like everything and everyone's a peon to him, even the people that serve him.
A superior being.
Yeah,
Complex.
yeah, yeah. He crazy,
Yeah.
crazy motherfucker.
Okay. Now, if his avatar was to die, does Darkseid die?
No,
So he's not connected like that. He just
no.
puts a.
I don't think it's technically possible to kill him because I know in certain iterations he has been destroyed, but he can repopulate himself, and he technically
Mm.
doesn't die. I guess you can say that he turns into a different form of energy.
He just changes.
Yeah, he just changes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So he just transforms, like matter transforms.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because matter technically can't be
No, it can't
destroyed.
be destroyed.
It only changes.
Yes. That's what it sounds like
Yeah.
for Darkseid.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
it's the same way with Superman. He technically can't die. Even
Okay.
if you were to disintegrate him, if a cell of his is still alive, he could technically regenerate from that.
Well, I mean, unless you're like Gohan and you produce a big enough Kamehameha and just
Kamehameha.
vaporize everything,
Yeah, go to
there's
the
no
cell.
coming back from that.
Go from the cell one. Yeah.
That's all I got for now. I might have some others for later on.
All right. Anybody else got any tidbits they want to talk about?
Sure, maybe I'll go next.
All right, let's see what you got.
Well, mine has to do with a gaming franchise, which I don't know if
Oh,
you guys saw it, but it's one of my favorites is Gears of War. So apparently they already gave us a director and a script writer for this, which Netflix has apparently been sitting on this for 2 years.
Yeah.
okay. Well, maybe Netflix wanted the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you see how fans are attached to this gaming franchise.
The Gears of War
So
franchise.
it's apparently it has passed hands, the rights to this to this game. So Netflix finally landed like 2 years ago, and they've just been sitting on it. But now they're saying that they already got the director, and it's the director of John Wick, David Leaked. Who's gonna be
okay.
Yes, and they also the writer that they got, his name is Jason. Jason, is it Jason? No, John Spates. Sorry, it's the guy that wrote Dune for the 1 and 2
Okay.
with
New-
Timothy.
right?
Yeah, the Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
That's the writer that they got
Germany.
for the script.
Yeah.
And
That
he's also done Prometheus.
nice. Yeah, that
Oh,
franchise
okay.
is one franchise that
Mhm.
a lot of studios have not wanted to touch simply because it's such a beloved franchise that fans will have sent death threats
Oh yeah.
to anybody who's had a thought of trying to do a show or a movie about it.
You know what? Those people that send death threats can shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's just how loved that franchise
Yes.
is. Like, and that's one of the reasons that a lot of studios have not even thought about touching it, simply because they're
One of the
afraid.
concerns. Yeah. It's a big concern.
Like Batista has been bugging to have it made.
He wants to play Marcus.
Marcus Phoenix, which he'd be
Okay.
great at.
Mhm.
Mike, is he going to be playing as Marcus Phoenix?
I really hope so.
They have not said anything about the cast. We've just been told who
Yeah.
the director and the writer is going to be.
I really
That's
hope
it.
so. And
We don't know anything else. And we also know that they're working with the developer, the Coalition. That's one of the developers of Gears of War.
Yeah.
They're going to be working closely with them
Yeah.
to develop this. And there's also set to be a animated series for this that's going to follow the movie.
Nice.
Interesting. Well,
Yes.
if they do get Dave Bautista to play as Marcus Phoenix, he's going to have to gain weight back.
Yes.
No, it could
Because
be lean because it could just be the armor. They could pad out his armor.
that's true. Or
Hmm.
put a muscle suit on him.
Yeah.
I mean,
They could do that.
He
I
won't
mean,
do that. He won't allow that. Like knowing him, he will gain the muscle back.
I mean, he could.
Yeah.
I
mean,
mean-
he's pushing 50 though. So
Oh,
yeah,
man,
but
he's
like
still-
Dave
Yeah.
Bautista also once said
I'm
that-
thinking just to play this role, he would do it.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's just how dedicated.
No, he loves the franchise.
Yeah, he is to this.
But he said he's like the way he feels in his own body right now, like he
Mhm.
feels the best. And
Mhm.
he's like at 190. So like
Oh,
he's
that's
like
actually pretty lean for somebody his size.
yeah, he's like he looks skinny compared
Mhm.
to how he used to look, obviously.
I mean,
He's
it's
not
understandable,
so
like
but
at
like
that age,
but he might do like the Jason Momoa thing and just put on a muscle suit.
right?
I would not blame him if he did that. Just like
No.
maintain his weight, but to also like look buffer, like pad out the suit, the armor,
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah. Also, Marcus Venus isn't like a bulky dude. He's
Mhm.
a big dude, but he's not a bulky dude.
Yes,
Like, and again,
Um,
that armor.
some bulky guys in there. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Coltrane,
Cole is huge.
freaking
Dom
Dom.
is huge too. Oh, you know who they want to cast as Dom, Matt?
The fans
Cool.
want
The
this.
fans want what's the name from Punisher?
Yeah, they want him as Dom.
Yeah.
John Berthel.
Yeah,
Yep.
John Bertha.
Uh,
He would need
He
to
looks a little
he
like
would
him.
need to pack
Like
some muscle. Like he would need
I
to
was
pack
looking at pictures of the character Dom and him, and he actually does share physical features
Yeah.
with him. I just don't know him personally as an actor because I haven't seen that series, so I don't know. Yes, he?
He's a great actor. Like
he's a really good actor.
Mhm.
Aside from The Punisher, he's really good in The
The Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead.
Okay.
Mhm.
He's done a couple movies. Like if
Uh-huh.
you see him in Baby Driver,
Yeah.
that's a really good movie. And his part in that, like he's part of a
Okay.
crew that pulls heists and stuff. And the way he's just
Yeah.
like, he's kind of like he's a suave asshole in that film, and he pulls it
Okay.
off really well. Like John Berthel is capable of portraying different roles and doing different things.
Okay.
He's a good actor, but I I don't know if he could probably pull off Dom, but
He can, and I'll tell you why, Matt.
hmm,
Dom's is a tragic character because if you
yeah,
know his story, his wife
Mm.
Maria was tortured,
oh
and
yeah,
he had
Killed.
to execute her.
hmm,
So him as Frank Castle, he did a great job portraying
Yes.
that aspect.
that's
So
true
I think
too.
that's why he would be able to.
Okay.
He would need to
If he
tack
did
on
that
weight
good,
though.
then that means that he could probably play
Like
Dom
Yeah,
in that
he would need
aspect
to
then.
tack on at least 30 pounds of muscle. He could do
yeah.
it. He could do it.
Basically,
Anybody,
already like looks like him, so
anybody but The Rock.
yeah.
Oh, I think somebody. I'm sorry, but I just popped into my head. I think somewhere somebody, some studio is playing with the idea to create a Elden Ring fucking movie.
I saw that.
Really?
I saw something about that.
Yes,
It's just
and
in the air. There's nothing concrete,
I
but
hope they never do it.
the
I
fact that they want to, it just goes to show you that they're just jumping on something that's hot.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
like the
Well,
lore
there's
is
nothing
Too
yeah, but
convoluted.
creatively
the
right now.
but
It's too
the lore
convoluted.
That's
Yeah.
yeah
probably why.
the okay, the thing about Elden Ring is this is the best way to put it. It's a horror movie, but you're seeing the credits, okay?
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of shit that took place and that happened
Yeah.
for for like
All the
Margaret,
heroes. Yeah.
Godfrey,
Because these
and
were
like
all heroes, by the way, that you're
yeah, they were
killing in this
all
game.
gods. They were all
Yeah.
Mm,
gods and heroes, and then
okay.
Yeah.
they became decrepit,
Corrupted versions.
corrupted versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
All
of the
this,
Elden Ring.
yeah, and because of a tarnish made a decision
Yeah.
that
So that
caused
okay.
the events to happen,
Yeah.
and
Mm,
so all the fucked up shit, like the horror stuff that
yeah.
for them to turn into these monsters already happened.
Yeah.
You are playing,
You're mopping up basically.
yeah, you're
You're the
dealing
cleaning
with the
crew?
you're dealing
Yeah.
with the aftermath of all that.
Okay.
And so, in order for them to make a successful movie, they would have to go from the very beginning
Yeah.
and
It'd be
learn a
insanely
lot.
long. Yeah.
It's a lot of
What
exposition.
Dark Souls game is this supposed to be linked with Elden Ring?
It's it's technically not linked to any of them, but it could potentially be seen as the prequel to Bloodborne, and
Okay.
Dark Souls.
Okay.
Whatever decisions you make to and whatever ending you get, because
That's right.
there's about 5 or 6 different endings you can get
Mm-hmm.
in the Elden Ring, and depending on the path you go, that
Yeah.
could be the prequel to what happens for
That's
the
true. Yeah.
Bloodborne. But these are, I mean, there's a little bit of evidence to it, but it's mostly fan
Mhm.
theory.
Ah, okay.
So
Well,
it's
yeah, it makes sense because I know one of the endings is like you kill all the tarnish, and
mhm,
that's kind of the predecessor to
Dark
Souls,
Souls.
Dark
Yeah,
Souls. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, the studios like when they don't have anything good, they'll just jump on something that's hot.
yeah,
And Elden Ring is
it's
still hot.
mhm. And there's just way too much lore to it to get it
There
right.
really is, dude. Like
Mhm.
that game. You need to read in that game a lot to understand
Hmm.
what's
Well,
going on.
maybe they could go away about it as to they would have to make like a whole series out of it or something.
Okay,
I would
just
I
recommend a
I
series.
think if you would do it not a movie but like a series,
Mhm.
maybe it
A
would do well.
long series.
okay. Think about it this way. Like each of the bosses that you fight, that's at least 6 novels.
Yeah, about
Well, would it be better if they just did like an animated series?
animated series would probably be easier and less
Yeah,
expensive. But there's a lot going on. And the worst part, not the worst part, but on top of that, a lot of the stuff happens at the same time as the other stuff that happened throughout the entire game. So let's say, because it's Margaret and what's his name, who basically share the same story, but they're two different guys.
Godfrey.
Godfrey, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's just like parallel lives.
there are
Hmm.
parallels, but the events that just conspire between them
Yeah.
happen about the same time. So
Okay.
even though they're two different bosses and you fight them at different times, the
Yeah.
events that led up to them becoming who they are now is
Kind of
going
intertwined.
into it.
Yeah,
And
and
then
even throughout the
and
game, sorry, Ed, but you
yeah.
see Godfrey regain his humanity, and he's like the third to last boss you fight
Hmm.
before you fight the Elden Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like once he remember who he truly is and the powers he has,
Hmm.
that's a fucking tough ass boss fight.
He
Like,
really is, yeah. I remember thinking like, oh, this is gonna be like Margaret again. Oh, okay, not a problem. Nope.
yep.
Well,
Like he looks human,
yes.
and he just says, you know what? Fuck the weapons. I'm throwing these hands.
Oh
And he has a lot of
wow.
hands. He has a lot of hands.
And
Jeez.
those hands are rated for your ass whooping.
Yeah. Yeah, they're ready to eat for everyone.
So then, yeah, then that would probably be better as an
Yeah.
animated series. Then it
It
just
would.
would do it more justice.
I mean, it would be cool. Like, I wouldn't mind watching it,
Yeah.
especially if they go into the heavy detail of who they were before they got corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Their backstories?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
again, these guys were all part of like a court, kind of like the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay. Yes.
Their job was to maintain peace and order, but
Yes.
they just ended up getting corrupted.
Yep.
Like the big one was Rodan, like,
Yeah.
and just like
And
see,
he's the most fucked up one there is.
yeah,
Yeesh.
and I wouldn't say one of the strongest, but he was a pain in the ass to take down.
Yeah, but the things he did was awful.
Yeah, he did a lot of messed up
I'm
things.
pretty sure that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're
And
corrupted for a reason.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. Part of the reason though is because like their parents are technically also their sister. One of them is their sister, but one of them
Mm-hmm.
is their dad who bangs their sister
No incest.
off. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
much
I don't
incest.
I
Yeah,
don't know if that
sounds like
really
it.
counts because they're gods. And
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
true.
if that is I don't know if the genetics are affected the same way as it is
Right?
in humans.
Yeah, but it's still,
Considering,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
You can make a valid argument.
It's still
for that.
bad.
You
It's
can make a
it's
valid argument.
it's
There's something
gross.
genetically wrong or not.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
there is at one
gross.
point where the dad and the mom are one person,
Oh,
but
what?
then she splits for him from him and then gets
Mm-hmm.
with somebody else. And then I think that's how Rodan is born.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. But there's a lot of lore in that game. Like you have
If
to read
Mm.
a lot in that game.
or you could watch a 3 hour long YouTube video that
Jeez.
explains and that 3 hour video is It's
The
just
tip of
all
the
the
iceberg.
yeah, the main points that you need to know. It goes into
Okay.
it goes into uh, depth for each of the
Mm-hmm.
characters,
Hmm.
but it's nowhere near as
Mm-mm.
Okay.
complete.
Is it as bad as like The Witcher, like side questing?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Yes,
Because if there's one thing everyone knows from The Witcher is those side quests.
dude. And it's just to find one piece of the puzzle of what you're trying to do, and then they
Yeah,
sting on like 20
but
freaking missions.
that's the cool thing about The Witcher, and that's why I think that's why the show didn't do so good, is
True.
because like in The Witcher 3, that when you come across that griffin, you learn about it as you
Yes,
pursue it.
Exactly.
dude. You know how many times
And then the
I
witch
went?
ladies
Yeah, I went on a specific quest to,
that turn
you know, a
the
main
other.
quest, and then
Yeah.
turn into like 20 more, and then I'm like, what the hell? What was the point? Like, what was I supposed to do? Because I would
Well,
forget
a lot
sometimes
of
like,
them,
what
a
the
lot of
main
them were
point was.
fetch quests, and it was for you to find
Gosh.
ingredients
It
to kill a
was.
specific
Yes,
monster. But
Yeah, but that's just great world building, in my
yes,
opinion.
it is.
yeah,
As a player,
it definitely kept you busy.
Yeah,
and
and you met different characters that could help
Hmm.
you fulfill
mhm.
purposes later on.
Yeah.
So character development was pretty good there too.
Yeah, I mean, it is annoying having to do all that shit, but if you look at the other side, like, well, they took their time with this. They created an awesome world,
Hmm.
and then as simple as that.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, there's another thing that I had to mention about before we move on from Gears. Bulletstorm Studio just confirmed that Project Maverick is a prequel for Gears of War.
Yeah. Prequel game.
We're gonna get prequel,
So
Okay.
and it's
yeah,
gonna be called
I think is
E-Day.
E-Day. Yeah. Emergence Day.
Mhm.
So
Okay, so
It
so
we're
takes
gonna
if you play
see.
the first one, yeah.
Yes, it's gonna take 14 years before the events of the first one.
Hmm. So
Well,
you get
dude.
to see when the locusts first appear.
Yes.
Okay.
So that should be
Cool.
good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a lot of stuff happening. There's like
and
7
and
projects.
it's just in time for it to be on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because the first one's coming to PlayStation, so that's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah,
A lot of
the
projects.
gaming industry is going wild right now,
Yeah.
man.
There's like about 7 projects right now that they're trying to.
All gears related, yeah.
It's like,
You know, it's
no, not all Gears related. It was some of them are for like the VR for like different, I don't
Oh
know,
yeah,
kind of
what
like a horror game, and then something like a survival game also
yeah.
supposed to come out. But yeah.
funny part is that when with the PS5, I was not really excited about it, and I got super excited for the Switch too because it feels like a genuine upgrade from the Switch. I am looking forward to the Switch too. I will get it. Well, it's still relatively new, but
Hmm.
now that they decided to put Halo on the PlayStation, that's my reason for eventually getting a PS5. I am going to
it's
own a PlayStation to play Xbox games.
it's just gonna be funny. PlayStation,
That's the way they get you.
PlayStation owners on multiplayer on Halo, they're gonna get a rude awakening. It's bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real
They
bad.
are.
A lot of where you at. A lot of where you at.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But yeah,
This is
that's
a
it
Call of
for
Duty, bitch.
Right.
Gears goes.
This isn't pray and spray.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Say hello to my needler.
I am looking forward to the game though. I really want to play this one.
Hmm.
I look forward to that shit too. It's been forever since we got a Gears of War.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's been too
and
long.
the latest one wasn't that good with his
No, it wasn't. It
kids.
was with his kid, JD.
I mean,
Mm.
it was okay, but
It wasn't like the best thing out there, but I mean, I'm rather, I prefer the Marcus story with the other guys. I didn't really care for the son.
yeah, yeah, he was kind of annoying.
Well, because Marcus is my favorite character. So like, and Coltrane. So
Yeah, Cole doesn't say woo woo. Coltrane says woo. Yeah, I mean, if they can get Terry Crews to play him, that would be fun.
That'd be
he can,
hilarious.
yes.
Yeah, awesome. Have him play. Have him play.
Definitely pull it off.
Have him.
But isn't the original voice actor? He couldn't.
He
do
could.
it?
He could.
I mean,
He might still be able to pull off the role because he voiced him.
hmm
I forget his name, but
I forget his
he's a
name
pretty
too.
funny guy.
Yeah, he is very funny.
Yeah. All right, Len, you got anything? What you
Not
got? What you got? What you got?
no, not really anything too exciting. I don't have any like news or anything like that.
Mm.
Not even
Um,
music wise. I know you're pretty close. I know you
um,
have a pretty good pulse on the music scene. You're probably besides Matt, you're probably the only person that goes to concerts.
yeah, well, like bands are kind of starting to announce their tours right now, but I haven't
Yeah.
really seen anybody too exciting coming to San Diego
Mm,
yet. But I don't know. I've just been trying to watch stuff. Like I said, I watched the whole new season of Love, Death, and Robots, which was pretty good.
nice. How
It
was
had,
it?
I mean, it has some questionable episodes.
Questionable how?
Like the first episode is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What?
Really,
Yeah.
dude, that's
With
weird because we've been listening to their music.
marionette puppets.
That's
It's
funny.
and so it's like
Interesting.
yeah, and it's supposed to be like a live recording or something of one of like their concerts,
Oh,
but the
puppet form?
audio sounds super weird. It's the first
Really?
episode.
Okay, that
Interesting.
Yeah.
is an interesting opener.
They went like Black
Uh
Mirror on that.
it's very weird and I'm like, what does this have to do with love? I don't know. I don't
Is it
know. It
hinting
seemed
at
weird.
something?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe
It
just thrown out
just
there to wrinkle our brain.
it just
Maybe,
seemed
yeah.
like a Red Hot Chili Peppers music video,
Oh, okay.
but it was
Interesting.
like,
I keep
yeah,
forgetting those episodes are like 10, 15 minutes long.
Yes, they are.
They're not very long.
yeah. So it's only like six minutes.
Okay.
Um, and then there was so that I found really kind of weird, but it wasn't because the episode was weird, just because like who they decided to put in the episode. But there's an episode that has Mr. Beast in it.
Isn't that guy under fire for some stuff right now?
Yes, he is.
And
Because
I don't
he's
know.
he
he's just
associates with a person
another,
that I don't know if it
yeah.
was kitty porn or something.
Oh, okay.
He's just another one of those YouTube people that
When they hit a
probably,
million subscribers, they
They
hmm
think they're above the law.
Yeah, apparently.
yeah,
Hmm.
but
I
I
only
don't know.
recently found out about that guy, but it was only because of the allegations.
That's why I knew because of the allegations. I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah.
And my brother's
Yeah.
like, "Chris, you don't know who he is." And then they show me who. I'm like, "That's Mr. B."
They were like, why would he pick a name like that? That's such a weird name.
Yeah, it is very
Yeah, I don't know. So there's an episode that has him in it, which is weird, but the episode itself isn't like bad.
okay.
I was just like watching it and I was like,
Thrown off.
is that fucking Mr. Beast? Like, what the
Yeah.
hell is he doing in any of this? So
hmm
I just thought it was kind of weird.
he needs the money for the lawyers.
That's true. That's
Well,
true.
he just did that fucking stupid ass like
He'd be giving
Squid
away money like
Games
Oprah.
Squid no, but he did. He did. He just did that fucking Squid Games wannabe like competitive show
Yeah.
where he
Oh,
gives away
yes. I
like
think I saw that
a
trailer of that.
$1 billion or
Yes.
something, and it's like I don't even know how many people. It's like 1,000 people
Yes.
playing. It's like, okay, like we already did this. This has already happened. And
Yes.
they did a lot better than you.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
right. They
outside of
had made a
those
actual
two
Yeah,
things,
they
it was
did,
kind of
remember?
games
weird.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. A real life one.
Yeah. I mean, nobody died
Well,
for real.
no, I mean
Can
competitively, like
you imagine that? That'd be crazy.
The best competitive live show was that one where you had two Asian guys were the announcers. and then people ran across obstacle course and got hit in the face all the time.
I know you're talking about. I think it was called Wipeout.
Wipeout?
Yeah, Wipeout.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah. No, the best live action competitive show is American Gladiator, hands down. They might be bringing it back from what I've heard.
They want to?
Why wouldn't they? It's fun. Plus, you get to see normal people go up against Olympians.
True, but then people are too fucking sensitive.
That's true.
True.
Either way, I mean, but well, how does it compare to the other season though? Like,
I found most of the episodes to be a little bit more entertaining than the previous.
Oh, okay. That's a
Like,
good thing.
yeah, it was
as
kind
a
of lackluster.
whole, as a whole, like
Uh-huh.
I've like okay, I like most of these episodes. Whereas
Okay.
the last two seasons, it's like, oh, I like one or two.
Yeah, it's not
That's
that.
kind of
Yeah.
about it.
Was there any continuation to anything to a previous season?
Kind of, sort of. They did another like mini encounter, like the mini episode.
Oh, like the
Okay.
zombie
it's-
one.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna watch that one.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch that one.
So they did that one. So, but it's like another encounter type of
That's
thing, but it's with like the
cool.
little mini things.
Uh-huh.
There's another
That's-
like episode that takes place in space where someone's stuck in space.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That kind
I
of
remember.
vibe.
I remember that one from season 2. That was a
Yes.
messed up one.
Yeah, so it's another kind of that episode. There's a couple episodes that are cat have episodes, and those are both really, really good.
Other cat heavy.
Yeah, cat heavy
Nice.
episodes are great.
Can't wait to watch this.
Yeah. There's I think probably honestly one of the best episodes are the cat ones, and then this one called like Smart Appliances, Stupid Owners.
Nice.
That one is
Very nice.
great.
That's just good writing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most of them are pretty good. Like I said, I think there's
Nice.
only how many episodes are there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's 10 episodes. So
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Okay.
It's a full
not
season.
yeah, technically a full season.
Mhm.
And they go really fast. I think the longest episode is 17 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
It's not too bad.
yeah, not too bad. I found it pretty interesting, pretty entertaining. All in all, I think it's a grave improvement from the last two seasons.
Well, that's
Still
good.
think the first season is the
The
best.
first one is the best one.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best, but they gave us like, gosh, the episodes in the first season.
Like
so
military werewolves.
That was one of my favorites.
That one is the one that
Yeah.
had the mini zombie one.
Yes.
yeah,
We had
Was it the mechs?
we had mech farmers
Yes.
fighting aliens.
Yeah.
We had the one
I
where
love
the
like
girl
the
Splice, I think.
beast.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah,
She's a
Yep.
she's a creature control thing.
That
but
one was good
in
too.
reality, it's actually her.
The one with Topher Grace, I like.
Oh yeah, with the freezer is like its own
The civilization.
new
He just beat
civilization,
different
and they nuke themselves. Yeah,
Yep.
season 1 was definitely
different generations, different
good. I remember when
that refrigerator thing kind of reminds me of that episode of Futurama where Bender becomes God.
yep.
yeah they
And
blow
also,
themselves up.
it's also like a reminiscence of the Lisa's
Genesis
tooth.
tub.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep,
Genesis
Lisa's
tub.
tooth.
The
Yep.
the Treehouse of Horrors,
Yep.
Hmm.
which
She
is
puts
actually
soda on
derived
her
from
tooth.
which is actually derived from not Outer Limits, the Twilight Zone episode.
Twilight
Yes.
Zone.
With that little, yeah.
Yeah,
The little girl with the jar. The people in the
Yep.
jar.
that's the one.
Well,
Just goes to
isn't
show you.
Outer Limits and Twilight Zone pretty much the same thing?
Outer Limits was kind of a ripoff of Twilight Zone. They wanted to modernize it.
That's what I
didn't do-
thought.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It didn't do as well, but it had some pretty good episodes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I would recommend like the first season. Watch the first season of Outer Limits. It's actually on Prime if you want to check it out. Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots is in on Amazon.
It's on It's on
Ooh.
Netflix.
Sorry, Netflix. Yeah.
Remember that one episode? I don't know if it was season 1 or 2, but the episode where there's guys in space, and the lady turns out to be like a spider thing or something.
That's season 2.
Is that season 2? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one of
No,
them.
that
that's
was a
season
good.
one.
Oh, that's
That's
season
Is
season
it?
one.
one.
Oh wow, that was a good
Yeah.
one too.
That
Especially
one's
the
called Beyond the Aquila Rift.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that one had a
That was
really
good.
good song in it.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
Yes, it
like
did.
I still listen to it.
Dude,
Listen.
they had really good music for some of
Mhm.
these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, oh,
definitely check out that fourth season. I think that one you'll like that one a little bit better than the last two.
I
Two and
might
three for
I might
sure.
binge the whole
Oh,
thing
yeah,
just
I'm
to like
most likely gonna binge it.
play
Like,
through
Oh
it, go through it
yeah.
again.
You could
soon
do it
as
in
we're
like
done
less
here,
than
bro.
an hour, honestly. It
Yeah,
won't even take
45
you an hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
Like Jeremy really liked the one with the mech farmers. He used to call it Jake. I want to see the Jake episode.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But nice.
Yeah, and I used to continually watch the military werewolves one. That's one of my favorites.
That was a cool one. Good concept.
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was. It was a really good one.
Military werewolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the record, a squad of werewolf military guys would be unstoppable. Like they
Well,
could.
yeah, because they have they can generate their wounds. They're super
Mm-hmm.
fast. Their
Mm-hmm.
sense of hearing and sight and smell, it's
Mm-hmm.
way
Yeah.
better
It's
than
heightened.
Like
people's.
Yeah.
unstoppable, dude. They wouldn't even need to carry weapons. They themselves are the
Mm-hmm.
weapons. Like even in their human forms, they're still formidable. Like
Well, they still have. Okay, it depends on the lore of the werewolf, though. If it's like the standard, like Wolfman, he's a regular human and he can get his ass beat in human form. But then,
okay.
obviously, when the moon turns him, he gets all
Mhm.
the werewolf powers. If it's something like
Underworld.
Underworld,
I was going
they would,
more with the underworld lore.
yeah.
Well, this
If
kind of looked like they were like more like the
The
underworld
underworld
lore.
lore
okay,
because they
because
were
like
able to control their
Yes.
transformations.
yeah, if they are able to control their transformation, that means they can retain their some of their werewolf strength, probably making them 10
Mhm.
times stronger than a human, right?
Yes.
Standard. Then once they transform, you're just fucked more than you
Exactly.
Oh
already
yeah.
were.
Yeah, even if you hit them with an
Yeah.
AK-47,
And I wish that
they're
they
gonna
did
keep
like
coming
another episode with that.
or build off on it.
Yes.
Like that would make either a good series or a good show just
Yeah.
on the concept alone. Like
Yes.
yeah, but hey, you got anything else, Nick?
No, that was pretty much it. That was like the last like I just like watched Love, Death and Robots like
Nice.
day before yesterday. So that's like the freshest thing that's in my brain right now.
Nice.
I need to refresh Netflix because I knew that a lot of stuff was coming out on it pretty soon.
Yeah, we forgot when that was supposed to come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I think it just came out like the end of last week or the beginning
Oh,
of
okay.
this week.
Nice.
I don't even think it's been maybe out for 1 week, you know. It's
Mhm.
it's super new, so
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about? The
What?
the post that I saw in the group chat about the All American Rejects doing
Oh yeah.
concerts in people's backyard.
Yeah, you sent that, huh, Matt?
Oh yeah,
I
I
thought
did.
that was really cool.
Yeah, they're becoming relevant again.
Well,
I
the
mean,
American rejects have always been relevant.
no, I was
They're
just gonna say that. Like they actually
No,
but I'm guessing now they're resonating more with not some of the newer audience. You know,
but
younger
I think
audience.
the fact that you
not
can really tell that they're in this because they love the music and the
Yeah.
fans, they're doing like they're trying
well.
to get people not to pay all these fees to just go
Mhm.
watch them.
That's what separates, in my opinion, like
A true
punk,
artist.
no punk artists from pop artists.
Ah, okay.
Because All American Rejects, they're an emo band, and emo bands are just they're punk bands with the emotional thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the emotional lyrics
Mm-hmm.
and all that other shit, right? It's still
Mm-hmm.
punk music. If you listen to the music, you listen to
Mm-hmm.
the beats, and you listen to the chords, it's
Yes.
punk. They
Mhm.
just make it sound emotional,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And like punk has always been about doing music
Mm-hmm.
for the fans. It like No Effects toured and performed
Mm-hmm.
barely getting paid anything for like 10 or 15 years before they actually got a good record deal and were able to make money.
Nice.
But they said themselves, like, hell, if they went 20 years, they would still do it for nothing.
Nice.
It is nice to get paid, right? It is nice to get paid for
Of
your
course.
craft, like that, right? But pop artists, they'll charge you fucking $300 for nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And let's be honest, these pop artists don't necessarily have
The
any
show.
talent anymore. Like
No, they don't.
I mean, the studio, when they work in the studio, like they can, they can fix their vocals, they can do a lot of things that you can't really do that live though.
I
That's
have
how
a
you
question.
know
I have a question
who sings and
for
who
you
doesn't.
guys. Can you guys tell me the difference, a song difference between, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Megan the Stallion or whatever the fuck
Oh yeah,
name
Megan the
is,
Stallion.
and
Okay.
is Ice Spice or some shit, or Doja Cat? Can you tell me any difference in either of those artists' music? Yes or no?
Well,
No, 'cause
Ice Spice has a song about farts.
Okay, aside by
and Megan
I
the
was wondering about
Stallion
that.
just has
what's
a
it?
she has
I
a song
just
about having a fat ass, I believe. No, I don't. I have no
uh,
idea. I don't know what Megan the Stallion has.
okay, but
Just kidding. I'm
besides
just
the
kidding.
her being in a She-Hulk episode.
right, but the way the music sounds, can you tell any difference?
To me, it sounds
I
the
don't
same.
know because I don't
I
really
don't think
listen
I've
to
heard
it.
any of them. I generally don't
Okay,
think. I heard one song of Doja Cat, but that's
I've
about
heard
it.
Megan the Stallion, Doja Cat, and they all sound pretty similar. I don't know about the
Yeah.
other girl though.
I
I
actually
can't tell you
used to,
because
I
I
actually
haven't
used
really
to
heard
think
them.
that Doja Cat was Nicki Minaj and she was rebranding.
Right.
Yeah,
I know
that's what
I
I'm getting
genuinely
at.
thought that.
You
I'm sorry.
can tell when you listen to someone like AFI, and then
Yeah.
you go listen to
Blink 182.
Blink 182. There's
Yes.
a difference.
Huge difference.
Like, even okay, let's take Blink 182 and put them next to
Ice Spice.
Simple
Oh.
Plan.
Oh yeah.
Both are.
Both have similar style, but you can't tell the difference.
You can tell who it is.
Mm-hmm. Like if someone starts singing like, "Hey, Dad, look at me," Simple Plan. That's Simple Plan. And
But,
then, of course, Blink is like, "Don't waste your time."
The voice and song.
So you can tell the difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's what I'm getting at. Like with
Mhm.
most pop music, it all sounds the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just think honestly with the girls you just mentioned, those artists you just mentioned, they're just meant to replace one another at one point, you know?
True. Plus,
That's it.
I feel like they're more like eye candy than anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's like for example, Nicki Minaj, they all rap. All three of them do.
I know that.
Yeah, all three of them can do that. It's just I just think that they just, like they go for the younger, Who's younger?
Well, I mean, keep in mind, like
Like
it all started with Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Like this all started with Missy Elliott, and then every couple years they
actually
have.
Little Kim
Sorry,
did
yeah, you're
this
right. No, you're right.
first.
And then Missy Elliott took over after Lil Kim, and then you had other girls that just started popping
Salt and
out of the
pepper.
woodwork.
You guys are
Salt
There
and
you
pepper.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's who
Salt
had it
and pepper.
first.
Yeah.
That's who had it first.
It's a recurring theme that you see every couple of years.
But see,
except now it's saturated. They saturated the
but you
market.
see, those Salt and Pepper actually had talent. They could actually rap. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like they're not like trying to be a pretty face,
I like them in Stay Tuned. They were funny.
Like they're just like going very aesthetic, you know?
Oh yeah. Like almost every music video is like a softcore porn video.
Pretty much.
I mean, from what I've seen.
I mean, so the songs like Anaconda and all that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's what I see.
I don't know what yours is.
But to each his own. I don't really care. Then there's a couple of good songs here and there. Like they each have a couple of good songs.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like they come up with one like catchy song, like there's like catchy song.
I think Nicki's is like super bass.
Yes.
Like I think everybody knows.
There's a difference between catchy and good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
there's a couple of bad songs that are annoyingly catchy.
Mhm.
And I have found myself singing them and I am annoyed by it, but they are catchy and it sucks.
Oh, it's because the radio plays them nonstop. It's like the same song
No, but they're
over
themselves are
and
catchy and they're easy
over.
to sing along with.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Because
embedded in your brain because it just repeats.
yeah, it has a very rudimentary flow.
Yeah.
Like
Or like
it's
Imagine
chorus.
Dragons with their song Thunder. It's the
Oh
thunder.
my
They
god.
repeat thunder
I don't
like
know what
40
happened
million
to
times.
dude. I don't know what happened to them. They used to be really good. Like
are you talking
Radioactive was a
about?
really Imagine Dragons.
Oh, I
Radioactive
hate
was a
Imagine Dragons.
Radioactive was a really good song, and then out of nowhere they turned into this weird. I don't know.
Apparently, I forgot there's like some sort of movie or game or something. John told me this actually. That Imagine Dragons was like their first album was supposed to cover that, and like the project got scrapped or something, so they just released the music for like an album.
Well, I know one of their songs. They kind of became the featured artist for Transformers. You know, because it
For
used
the
to be
new
like
And
his.
game?
they did their intro. The intro song for the Arcane was fucking stupid. Imagine Dragons.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know what ended up happening. But yeah, now they're. I don't know. They're not good.
They were never good. What are you guys
I like
talking about?
Radioactive. I like that one, but that was it.
No,
That was
that
kind of
song
it.
is so annoying. And they're from Grossmont.
They are. I didn't know that.
Yes, they all worked at Grossmont Mall and shit. Like,
They worked at Abercrombie.
also aren't they like a Christian or like a
They are.
religious rock band?
I was
That's what
not.
I thought.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
know
that.
if
Man,
they
you're
are,
gonna make
but
me
I
Google
don't
these
know enough
assholes,
about
and
them.
now they're gonna be on my search history on my
Yeah.
phone. How dare you guys?
you have taken upon yourself to make this Google search.
Well, now I gotta know if they're actually a religious band because I had heard that.
Well,
Mm,
religious or not,
Not heard that actually.
I mean,
Maybe. I don't know.
POD, they're pretty religious, but they're
Yeah, they
good.
are. Yeah, they're pretty
For
religious.
being
Yeah,
religious, they
no,
sure have like
I'm just
very
saying if they are, some of their
Well,
songs would make a lot more sense.
um,
well they're forming
there's
based in Las Vegas.
I'll send it to you later, Jen, but there's a really
Yes,
good interview with Sonny from POD.
Mhm.
really.
And yes, and it's done with Finn McKenty, and hopefully it's still up
Mhm.
because Finn stepped away from doing YouTube and stuff.
Mm.
But he does a really good interview with Sonny, and Sonny explains all of that and like and like their mindset with like being a Christian band and things like that.
Okay.
But
I mean, I like
I,
POD.
yeah, but it's a really good interview, and
They
I'll
had
just send
that
it to
like
you
one
later.
good song everyone sang all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have actually quite a few good songs.
Youth of the Nation.
Youth of the Nation. I
Yeah.
feel so alive.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The one they did for the Matrix.
They did a song for the Matrix.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The what is it? The Fundamental Elements of Southtown. That's a good album.
Ooh,
That's before Satellite and before Youth of a Nation.
nice. Back when music sometimes had a message.
Sometimes that message.
I don't think it really has messages anymore. Well,
Well,
unless you have to fart.
yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
Mhm.
So, are we still waiting on search results or
Nope,
I
no?
don't. I
Okay.
didn't see anything. I was looking for it, but nothing
I
popped
didn't see
out.
anything either.
Uh,
Me either. So I guess I was
Moving
just
on.
really hoping that would make them even more annoying.
Because then they can say they're extra shitty.
Yeah, I sure could. Just another layer on this shit cake.
My goodness.
All right. Do you got anything, Ed?
Nah, I got nothing for this episode. I was
Oh
actually
wow.
thinking of stuff. I was gonna do a shameful plug-in, but I'm like, nah, I'll just save that for my channel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I got a shameful plug-in. Go listen to Gamecologist. And it'll change your life. It's groundbreaking.
Ah,
It'll change, revolutionize the way you think about games.
Yes.
I mean, there's some pretty
Uh,
good insights about video games, like how I won your fighting tournament and I'm still the reigning champ.
Are we talking about Street Fighter?
No, it was just fighting
no,
games in general.
Okay, because you guys for a long time had a like
it's that has almost gotten to the point where he
with
can beat me.
with
Almost.
Street Fighter and Smash Brothers.
Well, I dominated in Smash.
Yeah, he dominates the Smash, but
The only one who can challenge me is Jaren, and even then, it's a good match. Like we've had some really good matches.
Yeah, Carpet Tunnel.
Yeah.
The, the outcome of that.
And now I've got the steady hand. Yeah.
but
So, is there anything coming out for Game of Thrones or anything related to that anytime soon?
No,
just
they
dunk
just
an egg.
no, they pushed that back to next year, so we're not getting
Ah,
anything. Game of
Jesus.
Thrones
motherfuckers.
A lot
I
of stuff
remember
that was
I
supposed to
remember
come
the
out this
memes
year
for
is
that
getting
one
pushed back.
because of
No
the
George R. R.
tariffs.
Martin.
Is
No,
it
it's all
no?
George
Is
R. R.
it
Martin's
No,
fault.
I know. I'm just being stupid.
no? But is it like related because like is there things like they can't like record?
No, it's just
Make
George
the-
being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
He says you guys gotta wait for it, and it'll get to it when I get to it.
But
Doesn't he
Dunk
have
and
a
Egg is already completed.
doesn't he have like a book that he still needs to finish?
Did he finish that?
No,
Got
he
a whole
straight up.
book series he has to finish. Oh.
Yeah, there you
He,
go.
he was
Okay.
supposed to finish Game of Thrones, but then he decided, nah, the ending you get in the show, that's
It's
the ending you
fine.
get,
Yeah, it's fine.
which is not fine because a lot
No,
of
it's
things
not.
get retconned.
Not just that, but it's like they try to mop it up really fast.
Yeah, like fuck that guy. He could he could spend the time to create. He did Elden Ring. He did the world building and lore for Elden Ring. He
That's
could do
true.
all that, but he can't fucking give us the ending to Game of Thrones.
That's true.
No.
Dude, apparently he'd be like hosting parties with some honeys. Apparently he's got some major pull.
We already know why,
It reminds
though.
me of Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he said that.
Yeah, dude. Apparently he'd be like having the ladies coming by and he'd be doing some readings, quote unquote.
Well, maybe that's why he can't finish the damn book.
Right?
Keep it in your pants, old man.
Oh gosh.
His Slytherin popping out.
Oh,
Ew.
God damn it.
Jesus.
God damn it, man.
Oh, speaking of Slytherin, did you guys hear that they're rebooting it? Rebooting the Harry Potter franchise?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel
I was like,
about
what?
that.
Who asked for that?
Nobody.
They're literally scrubbing the bottom of the barrel. That's probably why they're doing all these
But
things.
Harry Potter? Come on, you don't have a better IP to reboot?
Apparently not then.
They could
I can
reboot.
think of at least 5 IPs they could reboot or bring into the new age.
Like just
RoboCop.
Well, I mean, it was already done, but they could probably try to do it again.
I would make a sequel to the reboot.
Same. I
The
liked
reboot.
it.
The reboot
I
was
liked it.
really good.
It had its moments.
I think I still like it a lot because it kept the one thing that made RoboCop essential. That
Mhm.
is the question of, is he more man or more machine?
Yeah.
Which one is more important?
Mhm.
And they kept that in the reboot. That's why I like the reboot. They didn't fuck it up.
I mean, I liked it
Mhm.
because even though it was its own fresh take on it, they kept a lot of the core stuff the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And
they had nods to the original, like
Mhm.
I'll buy that for $1.
Mhm.
The
I also-
design.
And And like I thought one creative thing that they did for the reboot is the red band things.
Yeah,
So
I
that
like that.
because they didn't have a directive or a protocol in place to stop him, and then they made it up on the fly and changed his coding somehow.
Yeah, because
Like,
in the
oh,
original
they
he was
got Gary
directed.
Oldman to do it. Yeah,
Remember, he had directed 4 in the
yeah,
original. This is their director 4, basically.
yeah, and that was the and the way they did it was creative. They got Gary Oldman to code the program, and then they put the red bands on. They kept it a secret, and I thought that was pretty smart.
Hmm.
And the best part is he can run and jump and turn his head.
Right. Not to mention that in this one, he's not as invincible as it kind of made him in the first one.
Right.
Although I do feel like having him invulnerable to 40 caliber and up is kind of weak if you think about it. Like 40 caliber and higher is his stress seeking point. Like he can get hurt 40 caliber and higher. It's crazy.
No, there's a lot of factors to that. Like
Yeah, but 40 caliber, come on.
40 caliber is kind of small.
Yeah, that's small. That's still a single arms fire right there. That's that's not even a magnum. Well, it's
40
close.
Magnum.
It's close to a magnum. You can get the 40.
Well, Magnum is just the size of how much powder they put in the casing.
Yeah. All I know is that yeah, I liked it. It was pretty good. The cast was pretty good. Keaton was pretty good.
Keaton was great.
Yeah.
But when isn't he? Even that movie White Noise, he was good.
I don't know. I mean, Spider-Man. No way.
What is
In
this?
Spider-Man, he was kind of like as a vulture.
What?
I would have preferred if they stuck to the original character.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys haven't watched it yet, I would say go watch Trap with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yes, I saw that one.
Very
okay,
good movie.
I haven't finished it yet, but
Okay, all I know is that it was done really well. I like Josh
You did a
Hartnett in it.
great
It
job.
was really
is
good.
there a twist? Because
No,
I know M. Night
there's no
Shyamalan didn't. Okay,
There's no twist. No,
there's no
it's pretty
twist.
straight. It's pretty straightforward.
You kind of
So,
see
I
it
mean,
coming.
I know that he is a serial killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they made it. They make it obvious in the
they're
But
yeah,
I
they're
was-
it's not no.
But with M. Night Shyamalan, I was expecting a twist.
Yeah.
It's very anti-twist.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty straight. It's surprisingly
Yeah,
straight.
this time he was actually pretty straightforward,
But it's good.
but it was still good.
Yeah.
I liked it,
I am enjoying it so far.
and I'm a Josh
And-
Hartnett fan, so
Yeah, that's what got me to want to watch it is because he's coming back to film acting. And I think that's great.
that's
Mhm.
good.
And
And we had not seen I had not seen anything with him in a long time.
yeah, and then
I still
I
only
also-
know him from Pearl Harbor.
The Faculty.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the faculty.
he was also in Black Hawk Down.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't.
Mhm.
He did this show Petty Dreadful.
Mhm.
And he's done a lot of stuff. Hollywood Homicide with Rock
Was he in
Harrison
Slevin?
Ford.
Was he in Slevin?
Yes, he was in
Yes, he
Slevin.
was in Slevin. Mhm.
So,
And
but
he was also in another movie that I liked. I think it's called Here on Earth with Liddy Sobieski and
I think I know
yeah.
that one.
Chris
Mhm.
Klein, something.
I think I know that one.
That one was good. I liked it.
It's like a tragic rom.
It was like a love triangle.
Yeah, it's like tragic drama or love drama.
It's kind of like Pearl Harbor kind of
Mhm.
triangle like that.
Yeah.
But and then I figured, you know what? Even though I saw M. Night Shyamalan directing the film, and I haven't been a fan of his work in a long time because it got predictable with him. Oh, there's a twist.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what? I'll give M. Night another
Maybe
chance.
the twist was that he was going to be straightforward.
Mhm.
Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, I figured I'd give him a second chance, and maybe after him, because he hasn't made anything in a while himself as a director.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe he'll produce something really well.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Layne, you got anything else?
No,
You good? All right, folks.
I
Well,
know I
that's
didn't plan this episode out very well.
We never do,
Mm-mm.
especially these episodes.
That's why it's random,
Well,
like we can just talk about anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just come in with the questions like I did,
Yeah.
like fan theory stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It could lead
Yeah.
somewhere interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like I said, rabbit holes not going down.
hell yeah. Yeah. All right, folks. That's going to do it for this episode. As always, if you're on our YouTube channel, give us a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, please do the same. Reach us at the Media Buff Media Buff Podcast on Instagram. You can reach us there. Any comments or concerns or just want to talk, we'll answer you.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, make sure you check out my Ono for any media needs. Use code word MediaBuff to get 10% off your first purchase. And as always, we will talk to you all next time. So everybody said boo.
Bye.
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 Adios.